Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. It's a little double tap. Rachel, 5 months ago, we traveled to New York to see Anthony Joshua, the unified heavyweight champion. The guy everybody said was the best heavyweight in the world, right? Comparing him to the likes of Lennox Lewis, like this was the guy. He looked like $1 bazillion. Late replacement opponent. People are kind of disappointed that Jerome Miller couldn't make the fight because of the failed pre-fight drug test. Then Andy Ruiz goes out there, knocks Joshua down 4 times to stop him in the 7th round. What a tremendous, huge upset. One of the biggest upsets in boxing history. Is history going to repeat itself, Rachel? Rachel. That was an echo for dramatic effect.
I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know? I feel like everybody's got, I mean, you can sit around and you can, and we'll just, like, you know, have commentary on what you think is going to happen in this next fight.
Yeah. You know, the fight, the rematch for me comes down to one question. And it's, what really happened in the first fight? There's 2 ideas, and I think both have merit. Do you want to hear them?
Sure.
Do you want to hear them? Too bad, you have to. Listen. Either Anthony Joshua went out there behind a long jab and an occasional right hand, was winning the fight, won the first 2 rounds, knocked Ruiz down in the 3rd round, and then made a tactical mistake by jumping in too soon and trying to finish him off. Or, so either that happened, or this was always going to happen, and Ruiz just needed to be close enough to let his hands go, was going to get there anyway, because you could argue that Ruiz was setting things up during the first 2 rounds. Because it's not as if, sometimes we have these big upsets in boxing, and it's just by a single punch or something like that, you know? And you're like, oh, wow. And so the rematch happens, and you still expect the fighter that you think is better, or that you thought better was going in the first fight, or won the second. Well, this fight isn't really like that, unless you think that first punch that Ruiz landed hurt Joshua to where he could not recover, okay? But it might just be that every time these 2 guys fight, Ruiz is going to have the faster hands, he's going to be a more fluid boxer, he's a better boxer, and this always happens because he sort of beat the brakes off Joshua. I'm not saying it was completely one-sided, but, you know, he was ahead on 2 of the 3 scorecards when the fight was stopped, knocked Joshua down 4 times, and stopped him in what looks like, if you didn't know who these guys were, and if you threw out what their body types look like, because you're a sane, reasonable person that says that doesn't matter in a fight, you might see that fight and say, oh, well, this guy's a better fighter. He's going to win the second fight.
Yeah, there's a interesting, like, just thinking about, like, the idea that Ruiz, like, his luck is that he got matched up with Anthony Joshua and is now facing him twice. And Luis Ortiz's luck is that he got matched up with Deontay Wilder and fought him twice and lost twice. Had we switched both of these, I wonder, you know, if Ortiz could have, being such a skilled boxer,
with a lot of power,
have, you know, won twice, and then seeing what happens with somebody like, I mean, it's hard for you to imagine, like, Ruiz against somebody like Wilder because of Wilder's power and height. You know, what would he do? But would Ruiz be able to overwhelm Wilder like he overwhelmed Joshua?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't know.
So it's just interesting to me that, yeah, Ruiz, it might just be these 2 styles, right? That Ruiz always has the upper hand with Joshua, just based on style alone.
I'll tell you, the whole time that we saw the fight, and we've had all this time to think of, the whole time I've been thinking, Joshua made a tactical error. Okay, I was on that side of the equation. I think he made a mistake. He's not going to make that same mistake. He's going to keep him at the end of his longer reach, etc. Anyway, Monday gets here, fight week, and now I'm like, oh no, I think maybe the better idea is that we have this first fight of 7 rounds of data, and all the data that we have from that fight says this. Andy Ruiz is going to win the second fight, right? I mean, and it reminds me a little bit, potentially, of David Price. Now, David Price was a really solid, excellent British heavyweight who people envisioned becoming heavyweight champion of the world. Anthony Joshua did become heavyweight champion, so he exceeded him. However, in the same way David Price fought Tony Thompson, He was a huge favorite in that fight. Nobody gave Tony Thompson a chance. Tony Thompson beats him up. Immediate rematch. Same exact thing happened. So I'm wondering, was history going to repeat itself, Rachel? I don't know, but I'm super excited to find out.
Yeah, I'm excited too. People like what's Ruiz been working on? You know, like he's a very skilled, talented boxer. He didn't get to where he was at, you know, just by luck
Yeah,
or
luck.
anything. He definitely has talent, but what has Joshua been doing? You know, he was the one that lost the first fight, so really, like in my eyes, the burden's on him. Like, what are you doing, dude? Like, and somebody tweeted out like what they thought was a photo of Joshua, and they're saying that there's a change in body type. That so
yeah, I saw that, but he definitely looks different than he did. He doesn't look like a bodybuilder.
Right.
No.
Which historically, you don't want to look like a bodybuilder if you're a boxer. Like,
yeah,
it's not,
unless you just naturally look that way without trying to do that.
Right, because in boxing,
don't.
like, body types don't always, like, we've seen boxers with all different kinds of body types, so it can differ. But generally, I'm thinking that if you have an athletic body type that you work towards, it shouldn't end up looking like a bodybuilder if you're a boxer. Like, it's not going to be helpful to you. So, I'm interested to see if that's a real change. This photo that I saw, I was like, well, it was a weird angle, so I was like, I can't really tell. So I'm interested to see this fight week and promotions and weigh-ins and just see both the guys, you know?
I'm super excited about the fight. I'm also super excited about the opportunity you have, dear watcher. Do we call them watchers? I don't know. I don't know what to call you. I was going to say, I'm used to writing. So
Viewers?
Like, dear reader. You're not reading this, are you?
They're viewers.
Viewer, yeah. Dear viewer. The opportunity to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, we want to upset the world. We want to shock the world the way Andy Ruiz did, you know, and become the heavyweight. Or you're not a heavyweight. I've already made this accidental thing. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say. Like, comment, and subscribe.